then as a group, you're going to need to decide upon 3 amongst the 9 that are there. Actually, let's make it, you need to decide upon 2. Make it even more tough, so it's not just everybody gets 1. All right? Make it a little bit, we'll add a little bit of complexity to it. So you need to decide upon 2 that you feel are the most powerful amongst the 9 that have been brought to the table. And so you'll have to self-organize the amount of time it takes for you to explain each of those and decide. But you're going to have 7 minutes or so to go through that and decide. So let's start now.
Ja. Ja, ik hou niet van die uitvoering, maar ik hou voor mij is het, ja. Ja, eigenlijk wel. Eigenlijk is het zo intuïtief luisteren.
Okay. That was energetic. You guys have a lot to share. So each group is going to report out now, and so the person who brought the tool originally to the group, you're going to report out your 2. And if one person has 1 tool, another person has another tool, each one of you will report that out. And the process that we're going to do here is what I'd like, we're going to capture them up here, but just the name, and kind of catalog them as individual, group, organizational, societal tool. Obviously, some of them will go across multiple levels. And then Jesse is going to actually document more details about them, so he'll document your description of them. And so as you speak about them, what we want to do is give you less than a minute to explain the tool. And part of that means that you also need to say where we can get more information to learn about it. Maybe a book, maybe a website, maybe come and speak to me, that sort of thing. Okay.
Barrett, what we just did was making up 2 of the things there were said. So
chose 2?
No, we didn't choose a certain person, a certain holder, but we just made up 2 new.
Oh, you made up 2
as
new
a kind
tools.
of mixture of the others. So we don't have a holder now.
You don't have
so
a holder?
Maybe you can be the holder?
So you just integrated some of your tools so you could cheat and get more tools into this?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
No, that's great. That's smart. I like that. And that's fine. So whoever wants to speak in the next minute.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go. Which group would like to start first? Yeah, if you'd be kind enough to write just the name. Which group would like to start first? You would like to? Is that what I heard? Yeah.
So you decide I start now. Can I come?
Yeah, please do. That's a good idea.
So how long?
If you can do it in a minute.
A minute.
So, what?
I cannot write anything down myself.
It's more you describe.
I really have to describe it. Okay, so I start from now. I will share with you a very simple psychological tool that I use a lot.
What's it called?
It's called the core quadrant. Core quadrant. As in a quadrant, like with 4 quadrants. And it's about personal qualities, talents, passions we've been talking about. And I like to put them in perspective. You can put them into perspective with this tool. If you start with the quality that you have, and I actually would like to take an example that you used about much calculate everything out before you act, before you actually have made a decision. I would like to call this, what kind of quality would this be? Strategizing, thinking before you act a lot. Now what would be the shadow side of such a quality?
Too much.
Overthinking, so that, worrying too much, not acting. You can also look at if you go further to that, what would be a challenge, what would be an opposite behavior that would be positive to not think, to overthink things. Spontaneity. Yeah. So act, just act, you know, start acting. I'm like that. I don't think, I just act.
Impulse.
Impulse. Act on impulse, act on intuition, whatever you use. However, you also have to think that is a good thing, a perspective of your talent to keep into account. But if you try to be like that, if you take persons that you admire who are like that, and you want to be like that, but you overdo that again, you might become reckless and making too many mistakes. So you can put this in the core quadrant. I will not do that right now, but always think about these things. And I think the best way even to use it is to work together with somebody who is actually good at your challenge and try to learn from each other.
And where can people learn more about this?
You can type in core quadrant on the internet, you will get it, and you will get all the descriptions and stuff. It's very good.
Nice.
Books from Daniel Hofman.
Yeah, the books.
And it's also about shadow work, eh?
How do we
Shadow
spell
work.
How do we spell Hoffman? Hold on a second.
Oh,
Daniel Hofman.
How do you spell it? Hoffman?
O-double-F.
Sorry?
O-double-F-M-A-N.
Hofman was the writer and the Dutch guy.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
So I'm going to start a timer, and when it goes off.
Very quickly. I want to share with you a personal thing that, well, when you do trainings on Barrett, you'll be familiar with it. It's becoming clear with your parents. And it's a result from shadow. It's a result from shadow work, where you say, at the final end of the process, you go to your parents, and when they don't live anymore, you go to a place where you experience your parents, and you go say sorry for what I reduced you to, or you the angry man, or the bossy mother, or whatever. So that's really a liberating process, which opens the world to you for next steps. So in Van Barrett, they know everything about it. I can tell more about it, as a coach I work with this process as well. I don't know if there's written very much about it.
Opschonen.
Opschonen. Well, okay.
Thank you. Please.
I was with Rick. Should I?
Would you come to the front?
I come in front. I will share something which is
What's the name?
very general meditation. And if I have to give a source, I find it difficult because there are so many books written on it. And but probably I think I want to advise the mindfulness from Kabat-Zinn. De boek Meditatie in Beweging van Hans Kniepe, which is only in Dutch. And that's it. Otherwise it's too much.
So the John Kabat-Zinn methodology.
Knippen.
Yeah,
You found very powerful.
I found it very powerful. Very simple and very powerful.
And could you go over there and write down the name of the one in Dutch?
Yeah.
So we could get it.
already ready.
Correct. But
Yeah?
he needs to know if you're just
So then I will do the other one.
Please.
This is something you may all have heard of. It's called honesty.
What?
Yeah. Well, it does sound extremely simple, and in fact, I'm sure we all are